It's very hard to get an apartment when you're making less than $15 an hour.
Yes, but in this town, it's also hard to find an apartment even if you do make $15 an hour, which brings up a point often skipped in the minimum wage debate. How many minimum wage workers actually support a family or even themselves? Many don't. Many minimum wage workers are kids learning their first job, and first jobs matter. My first job as a deckhand on a sailboat paid nothing, but I learned to show up on time, learned to do what the boss tells you to do. My colleagues also had crummy first jobs, and they were not always paid minimum wage.
My job was to clean up the parking lot of the Dairy Queen.
I was washing dishes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I was a garbage man.
A newspaper girl.
Mowing lawns at the University of Denver for the princely sum of $1.15 an hour.
I was washing dishes in an industrial kitchen at a hospital.
Many worked long hours.
Working school nights till 2 a.m.
Many of the first jobs were very hard.
They didn't have a dishwashing machine. I used to have to wash pots and pans and scrub and all the plates.
But we learned from those jobs.
And you know, he taught me the value of hard work.
I learned it was kind of a hoot, even that early in the morning, to make a little money.
I could do better than minimum wage, and I went out the next summer, bought my own lawnmower, and I would charge people $8 to mow their lawns, and I would do it in about an hour, and I had a much more lucrative business working for myself.
It taught me to be punctual.
You may not be late when appearing for your shift.
I learned that if I wanted to buy anything for myself, I needed money and I needed to make my own money. It was really the beginning of a life that, as a capitalist.
It taught me what hard work is.
Me too. I decided I didn't want to clean boats all day. Also, my first job was probably illegal. I was just 14 and nobody filled out any Labor Department paperwork. Lots of my colleagues learned by doing work that's considered illegal today.
I was 13 years old, and I went to work at Tyson's drugstore, and you're not supposed to drive at 13. You may have heard about that. They gave me my start. And then Hardee's after that.
Child labor laws sound like a good thing. We don't want kids abused in sweatshops. But as always, government's rules create unintended bad effects, too. Laws meant to keep kids out of sweatshops now keep strapping teenagers out of air-conditioned offices. Government says 15-year-olds may not work more than 3 hours per school day or before 7 a.m., and so on. And you employers better read all the fine print, because if you don't, you're in big trouble. This grocery chain let teenagers work. The Labor Department fined them $600,000. And employers don't just fear the fines, they also fear all the paperwork that government demands if you dare hire a young person. It's a reason that today, Wendy's, The Gap, Barnes & Noble, Starbucks, Walmart, Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, ShopRite, CVS, Toys R Us, lots of other companies won't even consider hiring a person who's not at least 16. So many valuable opportunities are just lost.
I was 8 years old and I worked at my father's bakery. I washed the pots and pans. I scraped the floors. I don't even think I got paid.
Government does make an exception to its child labor rules if you work for your family.
My job is working in my family's restaurant. At a very young age, they started me at 8 years old, cleaning the tables, and then I was promoted to hostess and then promoted to waitress.
She learned from that. Young Americans have always learned from work that sadly is often illegal now. This woman, Jennifer Egan, won a Pulitzer Prize for writing this book. It happens that she chose to live in New York City to write only after she spent time working for me as an intern when she was in college. She now says the internship was transformative. But internships now are mostly illegal. The Obama administration says internships exploit young people. I didn't exploit Jennifer Egan or Jolene Kent, who now works here at Fox. She was an intern too. I didn't exploit the hundreds of other interns who I paid nothing. Many went on to careers in journalism. I got to try people out. Some former unpaid interns work for me, even now. Even those I didn't hire gained experience and knowledge about what it's like to work. It was win-win. But the administration and some lawsuits have largely killed those unpaid internship opportunities. They're largely gone. Thanks, government.